Three, two, one, go. That would have been a funny picture. Greetings from an undisclosed location somewhere in the southern United States of America. It's Monday night and it's time for the show. And the show is this, it's called Monday Night, open parentheses, almost, close parentheses, live. My name is David Foster. Do you like saying your own name? I kind of don't. I don't know. Is that some kind of psychological warfare? Is that some kind of psychological deal? Excuse me, is he reckon it's one of them psychological deals? He reckon it's one of them brain deals? So here's my quandary. Okay, I got about... Right now I've got about... Thank you. Kermit the Frog, ladies and gentlemen. Kermit D. Frog. Like, if he filled out a job application, it would be Kermit, middle initial D. Frog. Kermit D. Frog. Am I right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Oh, how rude of me. Hi. This is Alvarez. How are you doing today, Alvarez? I can do it. I don't know why I screamed that out. Alvarez was talking, and I was talking to an intern. This is a funny story. Alvarez sounds like he's in a good mood, so that's always a good sign of things to come. Yeah, what did I say? Oh, the intern was like, "Can I hold the papers for you?" And then I was like, "No, I'll do it." So that's what that was all about. I gotta turn on some background noise so you can't hear my mouth breathing. There we go. That's nice. That's real nice. I like that. Okay, I'm going to turn it up a little bit. This is called Living Room Spaceship. Do you like it? I don't know. We'll get used to it. Okay, so I've been thinking about what the show should be and what versus what it is, and I think that it should be kind of like what it is. Does that make sense? What is that? Is that ain't no normal cracker, is it? No, that's not a normal cracker. That's some kind of it's like a saltine. That's a good cracker. All right. I don't want the show. I don't know what I'm doing. Who am I? Johnny freaking Carson over here? I'm just a guy, okay? I'm just trying to talk, and there's a microphone here, so and I got to get it done in time. Oh, that reminds me of the idea. Like last week, I did a show, or I didn't do a show until Tuesday because I'm lazy, and I basically went too late, and I could have just slapped something together, and I just thought, well, it's a quality issue, so I just posted made it late, did it on Tuesday. Now, I don't know if that was the right thing to do, because good luck trying to get away with that on your job. If that was your job, if you were like, well, yeah, hey, hello, Mr. Nougat, yeah, David Foster, yeah. I'm not gonna come in today because I don't think I'm gonna be good enough. I guess it's like calling in sick though. But if you do that too much, guess what? You're gone. You're gone, You're gone, Mr. Vaughn. You're out of there, Mr. Fat of the Scare. You're fired, Mr. McFlyard.
Well, I heard some people talking just the other day, and they said you were gonna put me on the shelf. Well, I got some news for you. You'll soon find out it's true, and then you'll have to eat your lunch all by yourself.
I'm already gone, Mr. McFalready's flown. There's a piece of blue tape on my microphone headphone cord, and it's bugging me to death. And I'm also going to talk about some top 5 things that bug me. Yeah. No, there's the top 5 things that annoy the Gene Simmons out of me. So I'll be reading that later, a little bit later. So stick around, Mr. Brown. That's probably the stupidest thing. Oh, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Mr. McBird. Okay, Paul, it's not very good so far. It's not very good already. Oh, just give it a moment. It'll get better. Obvious joke, I won't say. You can go ahead and make that joke in your own head. But this, okay, I don't want the show to be political, because I think they got that covered. I think every podcast I see, every rose has its thorn, and every podcast I see is political. I'm not saying I don't like that. I watched Bill Maher's podcast, Random Club, whatever. It's pretty good. He gets drunk, and among other things. He gets paid, I bet. Oh, they've got the political stuff covered, and I think I get tired of it sometimes. And it's like, this is a throwback. This is an old school. This is a Johnny Carson era where the host he was right down the middle. He had no political views whatsoever, so he can make fun of everybody. And that's kind of exactly how I really am. I like to make fun of everybody, even myself, and I can take a joke. And this headphone cord is really giving me the blues, man. But you know, that's not a bad thing to have. Now is it? Shift gears just that fast. I should have been a truck driving man. I want it to be silly, and I think I can do that. I think I got that covered, Mr. McBloverd. I really get out of breath, and I smoke too much. I used to, anyway. I think he accidentally told the truth on himself. But I used to smoke a lot of cigarettes, and no, don't ever do that, kids. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Look, I'm paying for it now. I mean, I know you don't think that far ahead, because I didn't, and I wouldn't listen to somebody talking to me about it. Meaning, if the roles were reversed, and I was here and you were there, and I was telling you not to smoke, and if I was the age you are now, and I was the age I am now, there's two of me. There's two David Fosters at this point. There's the old one telling the young one not to smoke, and the young one's going, yeah, whatever. You beat it, you square. I grew up in the 1950s, in case you didn't know it. But I asked my dad one time, it's like, were there people like that in the 50s, like Fonzie? And he goes, everybody was Fonzie. That's funny. Everybody was Fonzie. I forgot what I was talking about, but anyway, it's time for the so I'm not calling in sick anymore. I'm going to do the show. I might be a little late, Mr. What was my boss's name? Mr. Nougat. I might be a little bit late, but I'll be there and I'll be ready to do my job, Mr. Nougat. I haven't gotten a theme for this yet. It kind of goes. And this is the 6-gun $100 trivia challenge in which I read 6 questions. I have my glasses. I hope my breathing's not sounding funny on the recording, but now that you mention it, excuse me, the power of suggestion. Now everybody's going to hear it. Now I'm going to bleep that. What I just said, I'm going to bleep it. And you'll never know it. Ask me about it if you know me. Yeah. So this is the part of the show called the 6-Gun $100 Trivia Challenge, where I draw at random, which I just did, a Trivial Pursuit card from the Baby Boomer edition of the Trivial Pursuit game. And I am a baby boomer. As I said before, I grew up in the 1950s. So I am a baby boomer. And I don't need that paper. What I need is something to write on. I'm going to write my answers down on this separate. I'm going to move the microphone back a little bit, trying not to make too big of a noise because it'll be way too loud. Way too loud. He's stepping up to the green. Looks like he's got a 9-iron, Bill. Why is he putting with a 9-iron, Bill? Well, Bill, I think that's a pretty accurate summation of the situation. There he goes. He's using the golf club like a pool cue. And it's in a hole. This is a game. Okay, if I answer all 6 of the questions, then I win $100, and I need it. I really do. Okay, and I will have earned it. Okay, question number 1 is television. What network swept its schedule clean to televise the Valachi hearings? First of all, I hate it when right off the bat I know I'm going to lose but I've got this thing where I try to keep up with how many of the 6. I think my highest record on a broadcast episode is, I think, 2 or 3 out of 6. But I once did 4 out of 6, but it was not a broadcast episode. It was on the forgotten episode, the lost episode. Okay, well, the good news is, if this is a baby boomer edition, then it's probably most of the questions are from the 50s or 60s. So there were only 3 networks back then. So I've got 33.333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333ques The question in television. What network? I already read it. NBC, ABC, or CBS. If I knew what the Valachi hearings were, that would help too. But I ain't going to Google it, sir. I am not going to Google it, sir. I refuse to Google, Mr. Boondoogle. What network swept its schedule? The Valachi hearings. So, obviously a trial of some sort. ABC, NBC, or CBS. What network would do that? Okay, I'm going to take a guess and say, I think it was CBS no, it was whoever broke the Kennedy assassination. I was watching it the other day. I want to say CBS. I'm guessing CBS because No, because I thought it didn't have Walter Cronkite on it. I'm going to say NBC. Question number 2 is stage and screen. What group of girls were the first U.S. females to tour with the Beatles? What group of girls were the first U.S. females to tour with the Beatles? As a self-proclaimed Beatle aficionado, I should know this, and I should really know this. What group of girls? Why didn't they say girl group? That's a clue, I think. What group of girls were the first? I almost turned it over and looked. What group of girls were the first U.S. females? U.S. females to tour with the Beatles. I'm going to say the Ronettes. The Ronettes. Wasn't that Ronnie Spector and the Ronettes, right? I mean, not Ronnie Spector then. Veronica something else. Sullivan. But she hadn't met the electrocuted rat that we know as. But I say that because of his hair. It looked like when he went to the hairdresser, he said, "Could you make me look like an electrocuted rat?" Number 3, nightly news. Phil Spector. Whose Senate committee testimony did Bobby Kennedy call the biggest single breakthrough yet in combating organized crime? Whose Senate committee testimony did Bobby Kennedy call, open quotation marks, the biggest single breakthrough yet in combating organized crime, close quotation marks, question mark? Senate committee testimony did Bobby Kennedy, when you play Trivial Pursuit, if you get the last name right, is that close enough? You tell me. But I gotta play it closer than that, because if there's money online, then I gotta say the exact answer. Whose Senate committee test? I can't think of who that. I'm gonna skip it and go to publishing. Who became famed as Dagwood and Blondie Bumstead's neighbors? Who became famed as Dagwood and Blondie Bumstead's neighbors? But there was a group named Blondie, and I think they were named after this comic strip. It was called Blondie. Blondie, you're a fine girl. Blondie, and Dagwood said, Blondie, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. And I love making me sandwich every day. Blondie is a cartoon character. Who became famed? I don't know what their neighbors were, but I'm going to say Who became famed? That's funny. Who became famed? Fame. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Fame. Fame. What I don't have is an Andy Griffith clip this week. I'm sorry about that. But I came to work. Gosh darn it. I came to work. Fame, fame, fame. There's no tomorrow. Kermit D. Frog, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna say they're neighbors. I'm gonna skip that one too because it's my prerogative, Bobby Brown. What? Life and Times. What did John Birchers mean by the term comsimp? Excuse me. What did John Birchers mean by the term comsimp? And that's a lovely portmanteau that means communist sympathizer. Yeah. Sympathy for the communists. Please allow me to introduce myself. I can't spell and talk at the same time. Sympathizer. Okay, talk and spell. Remember that? I don't know. Those are my favorite things to play with in the store. Well, second. Nightly news. What Senate committee? Oh, what was the answer to that? Oh, communist sympathizer. RPM. What was George Harrison's song of tribute to the late John Lennon? What was George Harrison's song of tribute to the late John Lennon? And I believe that was When We Was Fab. That might not be it, but that's the first thing that came into my mind. Whose Senate committee testimony? That was this printed before that? Is it cheating to look at when this was printed? 1983. No, I don't know. Whose Senate committee testimony did Bobby Kennedy? I don't know. Joseph Bonanno. Joseph Bonanno. All right. Who? Dagwood and Blondie Bumstead's neighbors. Cosmo Kramer and Trixie. All right. We're going to do the flip and see, the old flip and see. We're going to do the flip and see. We're going to do the flip and see. Do that flip and see. That was terrible. Oh, flip and see. Oh, dang it! Right off the BizAt. CBS, and I said NBC, so that is wrong. Darn. I remember I was going to say I even had CBS on there, and I scribbled it out. And I scribbled it out. I'm gonna scribble it out, Andy. I'm gonna scribble it out, scribble it out, scribble it. Scribble it out, scribble it out, scribble it out. Yeah, baby. put NBC. The Chiffons, not the Ronettes. 2 in a row. Joe Valachi. The old common link in the question thing. That's 3 I missed. Herb and Tootsie Woodley. 0 for 4. Communist Sympathizer. Oh, got that one. And now I see my mistake. All those years ago. That's the song I was thinking of when I said when we was fab. Oh well. Quickly losing my self-proclaimed Beatle aficionado status, am I not? Anyhoozle, that's that. That's what we call the, what is it? The $10 million man. Sitting in with a band is Alvarez's cousin Ibanez. No. You ever heard anybody say, I believe it? Where have you been? Living under a rock? Well, as a matter of fact, I have. For I am Salamander. For I am Salamander. That little wiggly guy. Sometimes you pick up a rock, and there he is. Where have you been living under a rock, Mr. Squiggly Lizard? Where have you been living under a rock, Mr. Squiggly Lizard? Yes. Why, yes, I have, as a matter of fact. Yes, I have, as a matter of fact. Yes, I have, as a matter of fact. We can talk about whatever we want really now at this point. Oh, so I'm going to say this is the top 5 fingers of all time. The top 5 fingers of all time. Should have stopped while you were ahead. Should have quit while you were ahead. Where have you been living? Under a rock? Yes, I address all correspondence to Mr. Squiggly Lizard, care of Underneath a Rock. Number 5, the index finger. Yeah, that's a finger. You point with it. You push your buttons with it. You never use it in a video game unless you hold the controller. If you're playing Tekken, and you gotta flip the controller upside down. Are you really doing it, or are you just pushing buttons? No, I'm really doing it. I'm really just pushing buttons. Number 4, the pinky. There's not much to say about the pinky, really. I think it should be 5. Okay, we're gonna reorder this real quick. Swap that. Number 5 is the pinky, and number 4. Actually, I'm gonna switch this around a lot. Okay, yeah. Number 5 is pinky. It's pinky. Oh, pinky in the brain. That's a good thing. But pinky by itself is cool. It's the pinky. What are you gonna do? Behold the pinky. You could wear a ring on your pinky. I've seen a lot of people. It's the last thing I saw is a pinky ring. Ooh! and down I went. Number 4 is the middle finger. Obviously. Number 3, the index finger. You can point with it. Boop, boop, boop. You can push buttons with it. Number 2, the ring finger, because that's where you wear your cool rings, your wedding ring. I think that's pretty romantic to say. So, yeah. Put that this wedding ring. But any ring, it looks cool there because it's, I don't know, I guess because it's the next to smallest finger, that's one of the rings there. If it was on the middle finger, then it'd be too big. It would be too expensive. Number 2, the ring finger. Number 1, the thumb, because you can hitchhike with it. What other finger can you do? Not number 4. You can't. If you're standing out by the side of the road trying to get a ride with number 4, you're probably not going to get a ride. You're going to get a ride, all right. It's going to be in an ambulance. He used the wrong finger hitchhiking, and he yada yada yada. He can only eat soup with a straw. Number 1, the thumb. Number 1, the thumb. Number 1, the thumb. Then also you use it primarily in texting, right? Okay, that's the top of the fingers. You ever see The King of Comedy? Ever see a little old movie called The King of Comedy? I saw it last night, but I've seen it before a few times. It's really good. I'm here to tell you. It's a really good movie. Hello? Daddy, have you seen The King of Comedy, Daddy? I want to watch The King of Comedy, Daddy. Let's take a little commercial break. Why were there no adverts, Daddy? There were no adverts, Daddy. It was just dead air, Daddy. Do you shut up, Portia? King of Comedy is a good movie. I highly recommend it because I guess I'm kind of like sometimes I could be in the mood, if you're in the mood to watch a movie, but you don't know what movie you want to watch, you gotta go get The King of Comedy. It's at Movie Store Gallery. But I don't know where it is. I watched it on YouTube for free, which was cool, but I couldn't believe it because that's a Martin Scorsese movie now, or Scorsese. I never know which it is. And his mother is in that one too, like Goodfellas, but you could just hear her voice. Well, it's pretty sure it's his mother. It sounds like his mother from. I saw in the credits that her last name was Scorsese. But it sounded like her voice in Goodfellas. Remember that scene? It's a sin, Ma. It's a sin. Okay, what are you gonna do? It's a sin, Ma.
Nah, what you gonna do? It's a sin, you know, the hoof.
The hoof.
Yeah. Jimmy Day.
Yeah, the hoof.
What's the matter, Henry? You don't say much. You don't talk much.
Shut up.
Hey, it sounds much funnier in Italian, you know. He's content to be a jerk. Content to be a jerk.
Are you content to be a jerk? I'm not adding anything to this one, or it's going to be late. I can't put any extra noises in like I usually like to do, but because it'll be late and I can't be late for work. I have to be on time. Oh, here's top 5 things that annoy the Gene Simmons out of me. Top 5 things. Top 5 things that annoy Gene Simmons out of me. Top 5 things that annoy the Gene Simmons out of me. Top 5 things. Top 5 things that annoy the Gene Simmons out of me. Number 1, Gene Simmons. Number 2, fake enthusiasm. Woo! Number 3, pictures of money. Wow! Number 4, skip that one. Number 5, going to the bathroom. Do I have to get so crass? No, I really don't like going to the bathroom. But I'm not talking about a bodily function. I'm talking about going to the bathroom. I don't want to go to the bathroom. He's going to the bathroom in his pants. That makes no sense. Of course he's in his pants. He's going to walk into the bathroom without his pants on? Is that what you're going to do?
That's what I gotta do. Hey, wait.
Hey, Joey, he's a big boy. He knows what he said.
Nah, Joey.
No, you got it all wrong. Okay. Number 4. Let's see if I can explain this. All right, like just because, like, if you say that you enjoy something, then some people take it to mean that you support if you say if you enjoy movies about a certain subject. some people actually assume that you like that like you approve of it. Like, in other words, Kill Bill is a violent movie, and I had it playing once when a relative of mine came over. And I don't know. It's a little negative, but I don't know. Maybe you get the idea. Let's see what time it is. It's 40. I got about, what, 14 minutes left? Mr. Nougat, is it okay if I duck out just a little bit early today? I'm just tired. It's been a long and winding road, Mr. Nougat. Yeah, every other podcast has the political thing pretty much on lockdown. And I'm just one of these people who, I guess, is it reprehensible of me not to follow politics or enjoy it or care about it? I care about it. It might be misleading to say that I don't care. I do care. But I don't know, not about politics. I care about people. I don't care about politics. I care about people. I'm going to go write that on the wall. And when you come over to my house, you'll see it written on the very wall of the very... I'm debating I might put some things in, and then it'll be late. I don't know, Mr. Nougat. I'm just going to let you sit here and listen to this for the rest of the time, Mr. Nougat. It's called Living Room Spaceships, my favorite band. Right now. I'm their favorite band right now. I'm their biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan right now. We'll go write it on the wall now. What was it? I forgot. Oh yeah. I like people not what is it? Politics. I'll be right back. Politics. That's a little pain. Hey. Well, I'll probably edit all that out. Excuse me.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one
I don't care
productivity
what it
software
is.
where you can manage everything and
It's not changed. Just a couple of hours ago. Do you know who I was talking to? Guess.
Your shrink?
That's very funny. No, Jerry Langford. That's right, Big Jerry Langford. He gave me the go-ahead reading. Would you believe it? And you know what? Don't tell anyone, but
If you only list your vacation home on
Wow,
Airbnb,
man.
you might get someone looking for a little studio.
you're looking at the new king of comedy. Why not me? Why not? A guy can get anything he wants as long as he pays the price. What's so funny about that? I mean, crazy things have happened. You don't understand what Sharma Langford means. That's coast to coast
I don't want to get this one pulled off. What about that, Barella? Barfetta? Barbarella? Joseph Bonanno. I had a job cleaning pools in Fort Lauderdale, and one of my clients' names was Joseph Bonanno. Just saying. Oh, and Roy Scheider. He was never there, though. Mr. Jaws. I mean, how many Roy Scheiders could there? I know how to spell his name, but I don't know how I couldn't. Scheider. S-H-E-I-D-E-R. Roy Scheider. S-H-E-I-D-E-R. Roy Scheider. you're going to need a bigger boat. Why don't you come out here and chum some of this Jaws? In case you didn't know, that's Jaws. I would like to thank everyone for listening to the show. It's been a good show. It's been a good... I had a good time. I felt like I went a little crazy there. Oh, there's something that occurred to me the other day.
Bobby Kennedy called the biggest single breakthrough yet in compacting organized crime. Okay, fameless Dagwood and blinded Bumstead neighbors. I'd like to thank you on behalf of the group, and I hope we pass the audition.